The possibility of a full-scale war breaking out between India and Pakistan appears to be on the rise. Now, the Indian Ministry of External Affairs held a joint press briefing along with the armed forces, and the Indian Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri has warned that Pakistan's duplicity has been exposed by its own disinformation campaign that it's been carrying out. The Indian Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri said that Pakistan intends to impart communal hue with an intention to create discord in the country, warning that it is India's unity that is a huge challenge to Pakistan. Listen in.
This disinformation that is coming from Pakistan about India targeting the Nankana Sahib Gurdwara through a drone attack. This is again yet another blatant lie and part of Pakistan's disinformation campaign. As we saw in the Pahalgam attack, Pakistan is again trying desperately to impart a communal hue to the situation with an intention to create discord. Again, we are not surprised. India's steadfast unity in itself is a challenge to Pakistan.
Now, what began as a retaliatory strike by India in response to the Pahalgam terror attack is now clearly spiraled into what now, at this moment, is an undeclared war that is marked by precision strikes, drone incursions, and also heavy artillery firing at the LOC. Now, Pakistan, remember, in the last 36 hours, has carried out 2 large-scale attacks, launching missiles and drones on Indian military and civil installations. Now, the Indian Colonel Sophia Qureshi has said that the Pakistani army launched a swarm of anywhere from 300 to 400 drones in its infiltration bid across 36 different locations in the country last night. Now, the Indian army shot down most of these drones using kinetic and non-kinetic means. The purpose of these large-scale intrusions is to try and test India's defense systems. She's also added that Pakistan reportedly used Turkish-manufactured drones in carrying out these drone intrusions.
लेह से लेकर सर क्रीक तक 36 स्थानों पर 300 से 400 लगभग ड्रोनों का इस्तेमाल घुसपैठ का प्रयास करने के लिए किया गया। भारतीय सशस्त्र बलों ने काइनेटिक व नॉन काइनेटिक साधनों का उपयोग करके इनमें से कई ड्रोन्स को मार गिराया। इतने बड़े पैमाने पर हवाई घुसपैठों का संभावित उद्देश्य वायु रक्षा प्रणालियों का परीक्षण करना और खुफिया जानकारी इकट्ठा करना था। ड्रोन के मलबे की फोरेंसिक जांच की जा रही है। प्रारंभिक रिपोर्ट्स से पता चलता है कि वे तुर्की के असीस गार्ड सोंगर ड्रोन्स हैं।
The Indian Army has answered with precision. Videos have been released this morning that show the Pakistani military positions across the line of control being targeted with direct counter-strikes. The structures have vanished in fireballs, enemy bunkers have been reduced to rubble. The Indian forces have delivered a clear message in uncertain terms. Every act of aggression will be answered and every violation will be met with punitive action. Now, India's integrated air defense systems, primarily the Made in India Akash Tir surface-to-air missile air defense system, was used to great effect in shooting down and foiling all these saturation drone attacks that Pakistan tried to carry out yesterday night. Now, India's answer has been pretty swift and surgical. Within a span of hours of the Pakistani attack, the Indian armed forces retaliated, destroying air defense radar systems in Lahore. Now, this, of course, was a pretty big blow considering that it was one of the top-notch Chinese radars that Pakistan had installed in Lahore. Now, in total, 16 civilians so far have been killed in the indiscriminate shelling that Pakistan has carried out on the Indian side of the LOC. More than 60 people have also sustained injuries. The homes of the villagers living near the LOC have been destroyed in targeted shelling by the Pakistani military. Now, India has responded with proportionate force, silencing the enemy guns and trying to restore calm with unblinking resolve. Now, India's message is clear. Any act of aggression will be met with a suitable response that is focused, measured and devastating. Now, the Indian air defense systems have, of course, changed the game. The Indian retaliation is no longer a promise. it is indeed a reality which will happen. The Pakistan's bid to escalate has been crushed. The initiative is with India, but it remains to be seen as to what Pakistan's game plan, of course, is. All right, now to give us more perspective in terms of what, of course, is happening in the tensions that are on the rise between India and Pakistan, we're joined on the broadcast by retired Major General Sanjay Meston, who's a former Indian Army commando and also India's former defence attaché in Kabul from 2011 till 2014. Now, General Meston, thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us here on this broadcast on WION. General Meston, can you hear me? Right, I think there's a bit of an issue in the line with General Meston. We'll try reconnect with General Meston, but this, of course, is the situation which is very volatile along the border between India and Pakistan. It now remains to be seen as to things, of course, progress from here. Because what we've been witnessing in the last 72 odd hours is that there's been extremely escalatory actions that Pakistan has resorted to, especially with the saturation drone attacks that Pakistan carried out yesterday night. And it now remains to be seen as to what, of course, will be the future course of action and how things will escalate from here. I'm told that we've got General Meston, who is going to be online with us in just a moment with us. But remember, about 300 to 400 Turkish manufactured drones, it is what were used by the Pakistanis in the saturation drone attacks that Pakistan staged yesterday night along 36 different civilian and military installations along the line of control. Now, the Indian armed forces have given a suitable response to the Pakistani aggression, and it now remains to be seen as to how much further Pakistan is willing to go up the escalatory ladder. General Meston, this is Mohammed Saleh speaking here. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, I think the line is pretty bad, but let me ask you this question. You know, in the briefing that was given by the Foreign Secretary, it was mentioned that Pakistan resorted to the use of Turkish manufactured drones in the saturation drone attacks that they staged yesterday night over the Indian airspace. In your assessment, what is Pakistan's game plan here? Why is Pakistan resorting to these highly escalatory tactics?
Yeah, absolutely. Why Pakistan is resorting to this escalatory tactics? Yesterday's there's so many drones being launched, about 36 of the at different places, and about 300 to 400. And most of them, I think the inputs are they were probably surveillance drones. And of course, only very few were, carrying the weapon systems, and one was targeted at Batinda. But majority of them were surveillance. So the intent could be two. One is to seek real-time information about our locations and our activities, so that because these drones have got a fixed camera and the communications is there, the continuous real-time flow of information is there. So people would have been seeing live visuals at their command center, and when they were destroyed, obviously, then they become defunct. The second point is they also are testing the large numbers of drones which have come. Obviously, it is to test our air defense systems, the efficacy of that. So the intent is some kind of a deception. So I personally feel perhaps Pakistan is looking to escalate the things much more.
Right.
And I think these 24 to 48 hours, probably something may be expected, though we have also responded along the line of control. There has been firing from both sides. So we have also escalated there and rather carrying on a lot of firing along the line of control. But along the international border, we have launched 4 drones, and one of them had successfully targeted one of their air defense radars.
Right.
So intent seems to be that they are on a little different mission, and knowing Munir's personality, probably the next 24 to 48 hours are crucial, and he may try to escalate things, and therefore India has to take a call as to what we do thereafter.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.